After living rent-free in my nightmares for years, I tracked down the obscure British horror Darklands, and wish I hadn't. As a horror fan, I saw my share of movies I was a tad too young to process. I'm thinking of the Halloween or Hellraiser movie franchises, but while I did find them scary, I also found them thrilling. Once in a while, I'd come across something that would really unsettle me. Films like Day of the Dead or Lucio Fulci's Zombie Flesh Eaters really left an imprint with their visceral gore, and watching these films a few years below their BBFC rating only added to their impact. This also made rewatching them as an adult slightly disappointing. My memory of them was almost always more powerful than the film could live up to. For example, that scene in Superman 3 where a woman is transformed into a cyborg traumatized me and an entire generation, but watching that moment now, it just looks kind of lame. I felt something similar after tracking down 1996 Darklands. The obscure British horror Darklands terrified me as a child. I saw Darklands late one night during the 1990s, having no idea what it was about or even what it was called. The story follows a journalist, played by Craig Fairbrass, who investigates a mysterious death, and as he digs deeper, he's targeted by a cult that believes in black magic and human sacrifice. In my memory, Darklands was one of the most intense British horror movies I'd ever seen. It was shocking and adult, with the chainsaw murder of a priest or the image of a screaming man being dragged to a sacrificial altar clinging to my brain for years afterward. It was also one of the first true downer endings I'd ever experienced, with Darklands closing on a spectacularly bleak note. I never rewatched, not because I was afraid, but because I didn't know what it was called. For years, I thought it might have been an episode of a British horror show like Chiller. Darklands is a shameless copy of The Wicker Man. It was only recently, when I was scrolling through a streamer and caught a glimpse of the film's trailer, that I realized it was Darklands. For nostalgia's sake, I gave it a rewatch, and while there are some good things about it, it was a letdown. For one, Darklands lifts a lot from The Wicker Man, another story about an obsessed protagonist being targeted by a pagan cult. From the hero trusting people who are secretly in league with the cult to the musical interludes, the 1996 horror plays like a more urban remake of the Christopher Lee classic. Darklands is unique for being the first Welsh horror film, and while it has some eerie sequences and Fairbrass is great, it's doomed to be the lesser film thanks to its Wicker Man comparisons. It's also let down by some shoddy supporting actors and a plot that doesn't fully hold together. I wish I had left Darklands as a powerful memory. It was bittersweet coming back to Darklands. I wanted to love it, and there are things I genuinely like about it. The final 20 minutes, for instance, are pretty nightmarish. It's just that, as a hazy, half-forgotten horror movie I saw too young to fully comprehend, it held a power the final film could never live up to.